my name is Sophia, and welcome to The Show Must Go On. So today, I'm so excited for this video. I will be talking about Meg Donnelly's new EP, Dying Art. So, oh my gosh, I am so obsessed with this EP, it's not even funny. Obviously I'm a huge fan of Milo Manheim, which has led me to become a fan of Meg Donnelly as well, obviously from Zombies and everything, but I just really have grown to love her music, and I also just, love her as a person. I know I don't know her in real life, but she just seems really sweet, and I really like that she talks a lot about mental health, both, in interviews and stuff, but also in her music. So she did this little listening party Zoom for some of her fans actually on the 18th, and I actually got to go on it, and it was so cool. She played us all the new songs, that weren't singles already. We got to hear it 2 days before it actually came out, and oh my god, it was amazing. And then she actually answered my question, which was so cool. I'll put a clip of that in here.
How has music shifted your perspective on your mental health? It's a really cool feeling to be going through something and be thinking about something and be able to make it into art, even if that's not song, even if it's a journal entry or, I don't know, pottery of some sort, or a painting, or, just any art form, just being able to kind of put it into art is really cool. And I think it's really cool to, put it into songs.
And yeah, once again, I asked her about mental health because I love the way she talks about it, and that just made me so happy that she answered that, so thank you, Meg, if you happen to see this. Yeah, so like I said, I've just been so obsessed with this EP. If you have not heard it yet, go listen to it right now. It is so good. But so for today's video, because I've been so obsessed with this EP, I thought I would do a little ranking. So I have a little tier maker list that I made here, and basically I have all the songs, and I'm just gonna put them in these categories and just yap about how much I love these songs. And don't forget, if you are also a Meg Donnelly fan and a fan of this EP, please comment all of your thoughts and opinions on the songs, and if you agree with my opinions or disagree, whatever. I just want to talk to as many Meg Donnelly fans and fans of this EP that I can, because I love it so much. So definitely leave that down below as you're watching. So first I'm going to explain the tiers. So at the bottom I just have no thanks, which is just skip, don't really like it, which I literally don't think anything's going to go in that category, because that would literally be don't even listen to it at all, and I have the whole EP downloaded, so I don't think anything's gonna go in there, but then we have great, but I have to be in the mood. So it's I don't know, because I'm the type of person, the music that I mostly love is just very upbeat pop, bops, and so, which is most of this EP. So I'm the type of person, I kind of really have to be in the mood to listen to a slower or sad song. I can't really just put it on randomly and I don't know, I just don't really do that often. So I kind of so I can acknowledge that it's a good song, but I kind of have to more so be in the mood for it. And then I have 8 Down, which is just it's amazing, but I don't know, middle tier, it's not my favorites, but it's still good. And then we have 10 out of 10, amazing, no notes, just it's incredible, but just maybe not quite top tier level for me. And then I wish I could inject this song into my veins. This is I don't know, I feel sometimes I say that about songs, when you just have a song that you love so much and you're just so addicted to that you literally just wish you could just inject it into your body. So obviously that's gonna be reserved for top of the top. So yeah, okay, so let's get into ranking. Oh my god, I'm scared. So okay, so starting off with the first track, In My Bag, which is the lead single, came out in November. This was actually the first song that like got me into Meg because you know, so at the time I was becoming a big fan of well, actually first before I actually even became that big of a fan of Milo, I was a fan of Chandler Kinney, who plays Willa in the Zombies franchise, because I'm a big Dancer with the Stars fan, and she was on Dancer with the Stars. So I grew to really love her, and I have a niece who like loves zombies and loves Milo and Meg and Chandler and everything, so I would like bond with her over that. So then like kind of through that, that's like how I became more of a fan of like Milo and Meg. And then I also started watching School Spirits, which is how I became like a huge fan of Milo. But I remember like Chandler was always like promoting In My Bag like on her like TikTok and stuff, like supporting Meg, and that's how I first started like listening to Meg's music. So this was like my introduction to her, and I just remember like when I first heard it, I was just like, this is a fun song. And I remember like getting all the TikToks of it, and I just couldn't stop, like it was getting stuck in my head. And I feel like that's like such a great indicator for me, like when I know I really like a song, is when like I literally just can't stop, like I'm getting that earworm, you know, like I can't stop playing it in my head. And like, yeah, so yeah, so this song is so catchy. I don't think it's like her best song, like I don't know, like it is really good, but it's not like my ultimate favorite, so I'm probably gonna put it in 8 down because it did eat, but I just feel like there are some that are better. But it is just a great song, and it's just like, it's just one of those songs you just like put it on and you just like feel confident and amazing. Okay, now we have Picky, which was the second single, came out in February, I think. So this is the funny thing. So then after In My Bag, I actually wasn't really like listening to Meg for a little bit after that. And I wasn't like up to date with like her new singles and stuff. I don't really know why that happened. I just kind of like, I don't know, I just like kind of was out of the loop. And yeah, so like Picky and Close to Me, I didn't really hear when they like first came out. Dancing Around was kind of how I like came back and was like, oh my god, yeah, like this is so good, and In My Bag was so good, I have to like listen to the rest of her singles and everything. So yeah, so I wasn't like there for Picky's like moment when it came out, but once I like, you know, listened to the EP and everything, I loved this song. This song is great. Like it's a bop. Obviously this one's a more like sad bop. Like it's not as like happy, but it still like sounds very like happy, I guess you could say. And it's very relatable. Like the whole like message of like being very like picky with like the type of people you like to be around, and like that is so relatable to me because I am like such an introvert, and like I just get so like obviously I have a fun time with people, but like I get very burnt out very easily, and I am like very picky with like the type of people that I like being around and stuff, so it's very relatable to me, so I do love that. But once again, kind of like In My Bag, I just don't think it's like the best out of these songs. Like it's still great. I do have to say like Picky's like one of the ones of these songs that like isn't quite as like much of like what I would normally listen to. Like Picky was like once I was starting to get more into her music, Picky was like the one that took me like a little bit longer to get into than some of the other ones. So it wasn't like as much of like an immediate like, oh my god, I'm obsessed with this. So I still love it, but yeah, so I guess I'm gonna put it an 8 down with In My Bag because I feel like it's pretty like I mean, I think I like In My Bag a little bit more, but it's pretty like on level with that for me. Okay. Close to Me. I love this song. I love this song so much. Yeah, this song I became so obsessed with like really quickly once I listened to it for the first time. Okay, this is how I would describe like this whole EP is like, it feels very like, you know when like you're on TikTok and you get those videos that are like the satisfying like, you know, like slime videos, or like those weird like AI cutting like ASMR videos that are like everywhere now, or like I don't know, like any of those like satisfying like ASMR like slime videos, and like the way that it like tickles your brain and just like is so satisfying to your brain. That's how this EP feels to me. Like just everything about it, it just like the instrumentation, the like melodies, like everything are just so like catchy and like just like feels satisfying to my brain. And Close to Me, I think, is like the most like that to me. Like it's just so satisfying to my brain because it's just so catchy. Like it gives me the vibes of like when you're like eating like popcorn and you just like can't stop, and like that's how this song feels to me. Like it is just like addicting. And I love it. It kind of gives me a little bit of like Charlie XCX like Brat vibes. Like not quite that, like it is a different vibe from that, but like a little bit, just in the way that it's very like that. Like it's just very like quick paced party, like very catchy melody. Oh my god, I love this song so much. So I don't know if I want to, because it's not my favorite, but it's not, but like I do wish I could have injected into my veins, but it's not quite. Okay, I'm gonna put it in 10 out of 10. Right now I might switch it to the top because I can't decide, but we'll go back to it. Okay, and then Dancing Around. Ugh. This is immediately going into I wish I could inject this song into my veins. I love this song so much. So like I said, this was the song that got me like back into Meg, because I remember like seeing her promoting it and I was like, ooh, this is kind of catchy. And then I was like seeing more and more like people on like my For You page like talking about it and stuff, and I was like, yeah, this is a bop. And I listened to it, and then that's what got me into like listening to all the other singles that I had missed and everything. I love this song so much because I am such a sucker for like 80s synth pop type of songs. Like I love that so much. I love that so much. I mean, like I said, I'm just a fan of like pop, like just very upbeat pop music in general. But like that's also just why I love this EP so much, is because it literally has all of my favorite like sub-genres of like pop. Like I love like 80s synth pop, which is like Dancing Around. I love like 70s like disco type of pop, which like is like another song that we'll get to. I love like R&B pop, which is like most of the songs. I love like she has a lot of that like classic like kind of like 2000s like Y2K R&B type of pop. Like those are just all of my favorite like subgenres of pop like put together, so it's just perfect. But yeah, I'm a very big fan of like 80s inspired like synth pop type songs, which Dancing Around is. So yeah, I'm obsessed with that song, and it's so catchy and it's amazing. And I also just like love how it's like kind of like a double entendre, because it's like you know, like dancing around like literally, but then it's also like the whole thing is like they're dancing around like the topic of the fact that they like each other and stuff. Like I don't know, I just like that it has like a double like meaning kind of. So I love that song. Okay. Talk in Private. That's my song. That is my song. That is my song. That is going straight up to the top in I wish I could inject this song into my veins. That is my favorite song on this EP. I love that song so much. This is the one that I was talking about that has the like kind of like 70s disco kind of inspired feel. I just literally the second I heard this song on the like Zoom that she did, I was like, I need this immediately. And it like literally physically pained me that I had to like wait 2 days to like have this on my phone. I just love like just everything about this song is like my perfect song. Like I just love, like I said, like that disco feel. It's catchy. It's like, oh my god, like just everything. I just love, like the vocals are so like smooth and like oh my god, I love this whole, I just love everything about this song. I love the lyrics, like it's very like tongue-in-cheek and like everything about this song I love. So perfect, 10 out of 10. Okay, now we have Strangers. So this one, now we're getting like a little bit sadder. So yeah, I really like this song. Like it's beautiful. I love it. I love the key change at the end. Oh my god. But yeah, this is one though that I think like I said, it is one that I kind of like more so have to be in the mood for, because like it is a little bit sadder, even though the beat I guess is still a little bit like sounds a little bit happier, but it is like kind of a sadder song, so I'm gonna put it in great, but I have to be in the mood. But like, but I still love it. Like, I feel bad putting it there, but like, I don't know. Okay. Then we have the Dying Art interlude, which, I mean, it's kind of hard to compare this to other songs because it's not really like a song. It's just like a, I don't know, it's a little like peek into like her brain kind of. So I'm gonna put it in great, but I have to be in the mood because like I do love it. Because also I love just listening to EPs and albums like straight through in order, and I love the way that it like goes into Dying Art and like the message that it conveys and everything. I love. But you know, it's kind of hard to compare it to like, you know, like actual songs. And then we have the song Dying Art, which I'm also gonna put in great, but I have to be in the mood. I really like this song. Like, it's very emotional. Obviously, it's a very different tone than the rest of the EP. But I do like really admire that she wrote a song about this subject matter, because I always like, I don't know, like I just always think about, you know, how hard it must be to be in the industry and like all the like mind games that you have to play and everything. Like, it's very fascinating to me, so I really love like hearing a song about it, because I feel like it's not like talked about super often. And I just think the way that she conveyed it was very beautiful, and once again, it definitely does talk a lot about like mental health, and but I feel like you can also just relate it to your own life, like even if you're not like a performer or something, like, you know, just that feeling of always feeling like you have to like, you know, like live up to certain expectations, or, you know, feeling like people aren't fully like loving you for you, they're more just loving you for like what you can do for them, or like your accomplishments or something. So I really love it, but once again, I do have to be in the mood because it is more of like a ballad, which isn't like my usual like favorite type of song, but it is still beautiful. And then finally we have Own It, which is like a little bonus track that she actually said she actually wrote back in like 2022, but for some reason she didn't release it at the time. But it's just a fun little way to like shift from like the sadness of Dying Art. I love the way like it's such whiplash going from that song into this song. But I'm gonna put it in 8 down because like it did eat down, but it's just not quite like my favorite, but it's still like a bop and it's very relatable. Like the way she talks about like feeling lost, but just like I'm gonna own it, you know? I feel like that's how I feel all the time. Okay, so here is my yeah, okay, here's my ranking. So although this is like kind of out of order because like the Great But I Have to Be in the Mood is kind of like a certain category. So like if I had to actually rank like the whole EP, I think it would be like Talking Private, Dancing Around, Close to Me. I would put In My Bag 4th, but then I would actually maybe put like Strangers 5th, Hickey 6th, Dying Art 7th, Own It 8th, and then like Dying Art 9th, but you know, once again, it's not really like an actual song. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I love this EP so much. I would love to even talk about it more, like, and make other videos if you'd want to see that. I also am really hoping she goes on tour for this EP. That would be so cool. I would love to see these songs live. If you were a fan of this EP, once again, like, please leave all your thoughts in the comments. I would love to talk to other Meg fans about it. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!